gotta go back there, bro. My balls are still back there.
So we're getting the block symbol for the CRV, and awaiting the L19 studs, and get this thing sealed up, and then we'll start working our way top to bottom, get everything lined up. This motor was built by SB Machine Shop. It has max speeding rods, which sponsored the block. Max speeding rods, Trom pistons, OEM crank, King's bearings, pretty simple, heads fully built, Inconel exhaust valves, standard SuperTech intake valves, springs, retainers, keepers, new valve stem seals, lost motion assemblies, ready to rock. So yeah, we're just gonna get all this wrapped up, and then this is just a documentary for the CRV, so I'm not showing you guys how to build a motor. Number one, it's not my profession. I can do my own motors, but number two, there's plenty of videos on here to show you in detailed depth of either K24, K20 assembly. So that being said, this is not a motor build video, so I'm not going to show you guys too much of that. We'll just probably time lapse us assembling this, and then we'll continue on. All right, guys, so we're just wrapping up the motor, getting ready to start the transplant, which will be documenting everything. Again, I didn't show you guys motor assembly and stuff like that. Number one, because this is not a motor assembly video. This is a video to show you guys an easier way how to kswap your RD1 with gathered information that I gathered from multiple different sources. So be nice, smooth, and easy should be. We have everything we need, so it should be a continuous progress. Basic setup, it is max speeding rods, Trom pistons, 10-5 to 1s with the gasket makes it 11 to 1. King bearings, this is a K24 A1 block, so that means you do not have to cut or modify anything to the Type S pump. It just bolts right up, and the block is CSS'd. Head's fully built, port flow, springs, retainers, valves, the whole shebang, ported. RBC manifold, we did block off the vacuum port there, and we will be blocking off the map sensor here. We're using B-Series throttle body and TPS just because the harness is already done, and this was already on a setup that I got. Breather for the brake booster, and we're going to be running AEM map sensor and AEM IATs, AEM coolant temp sensor, so all that is going to be AEM. Track Tough Rob filler neck there for the Z3 head, and the everything else like that's all restored. Get you guys some closer, better videos looking how it looks. We are using ATI street damper, T7 turbo oil drain. This prevents a lot of hard work, which is routing it to the front and taking the oil pan down and bunging it the whole nine, sealing it back up, especially if the motor's in the car. This makes life like super easy. And it keeps the turbo from backing up with oil because there's no oil level up this high. It's on the return side of the crankcase pressure, so should be pretty good. Drag Cartel, T-case. Trans is built by Synchrotech, and it has the Gear X Street like Synchro set, which is 1 through 5, 6-gear cuff, LSD, all new bearing seals, the shebang, you know how it goes. So yeah, there's a little touch up on the motor, and we will, like I said, we'll be doing some pretty in-depth detail videos in how to get this in your RD1, which mine's is out there, and show you guys, you know, just how to get it done a little bit easier without misinformation and doing things twice. This one is automatic. I'm converting it to stick by pulling all the stuff out of my silver one to put into this one, since I'm pulling it out anyways. So we'll get this thing converted to 5-speed. I took the all-wheel drive trans from this one, put it in my wife's CRV, which is over there. and we made that one 4-wheel drive because it was only 2-wheel drive. So that's that. And then this one we're gonna do a giveaway on the page. It'll come with a free shirt and etc. And it will be all-wheel drive, 5-speed, tagged up, insurance. Well, not insurance because it'll be in my name, but you know. So that should wrap that up. We'll be back here with a couple more progress videos soon. This is actually the one I'm K-swapping. This one right here is, got this from OG owner. Super clean inside, outside. It's got a little, the infamous CRV dent there. But yeah, past that, this is gonna be the one that we're throwing that beast in. We're really just down to waiting on turbo manifold. So as soon as that gets here, this is all-wheel drive setup we're doing. All out the garage, you know. This is a all-wheel drive CRX, me and my business partner. Caged up, you know. This is my son's all-wheel drive Integra. S1 built the world. This one's K-swapped. Supercharged, well, we took the supercharger off. We're gonna give that to him when he graduates. He's only 17, so yeah, we're just gonna rock it all motor for right now. But yeah, show you guys some more stuff here as we proceed, and we'll be right back. So in the CRV, got the AM dash mocked up. Haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna do this yet. I have another bracket to offset that, which I think I'm gonna do. So we'll think about that. Shifter is in, K-tune shifter. I haven't mounted it fully yet just because I don't have the trans in yet, so I want to see like gear placement and see if this is even gonna work. But we do have it in there already. So yeah, I'm chipping away here at this. This is my CRV co-captain chair, driver captain chair. Anyone wants to know how to do this, you guys can just message me and I'll show you guys real quick. It's pretty simple. But yeah, a little dirty in here. This is YK CRV. This is the one we robbed the all-wheel drive transmission from this one. And this one I converted to manual already. As you see in there, everything's all done. Starts, runs, everything's good. Gonna smog it today. Motor is out of here. So today's project is to remove the CRV subframe, all the lower control arm stuff and power steering, and then get the motor set. That's what I would like to do today. Seems reasonable and give us a good platform, I guess, to start with. So we're gonna start pulling this off. I'm not gonna show you guys how to pull this off. I mean, maybe I will time lapse or something, I'm not sure. But it's pretty simple. Loosen a couple bolts, loosen the column there, remove all the power steering lines, all the suspension components down low, dropper, and that should free us up to just drop the car right onto the motor. Before I do that, I want to drill out these radiator tabs because they are going to have to move for the RSX radiator, and that will be 10 times easier without the motor in the car. So let's do that. And then my boy's coming up with to detail this, so I wonder, get him to like pressure wash in here real quick. I don't want to make it look too fancy, but I do want it to be clean, I guess. So let's see if he can do that for us. Meantime, we're gonna get this dropped, and we'll show you guys some progress here in a little bit. Okay, so we got the rear subframe down here. I have to pull the tie rod ends off because those are in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna pull those off. The lower control arms, I need to push the bushings out and put the EG energy suspension bushings in, because the bolt holes for there and here, I believe, differ along with the inside one. So I believe they use 14s, and this, I believe, I take 17 mils. So gonna do that. I'll show some detail into that here in a little bit, but we got the motor in. Tons of clearance. So I should be able to run big radiator, RSX I'm using, and then big fans. Keep this thing cool, plus the AC. As you guys know, we are running the AC, so getting a custom drive shaft made with 1310s. So this drive shaft I'm actually using for my wife's CRV that we converted to all-wheel drive. Since that's a good drive shaft, we might as well use that there. And then we'll start working. I'm gonna pull the T-case down, and then it'll be easier to get the subframe up and down fucking with it. So gonna do that, and then yeah, sorry about the lighting, but she is in officially. Alrighty, so what we're doing here is we're basically mounting up, this is the K-tuned tunnel shifter mount setup, and I basically just cut the lip off the front and the back and use that so I can sit up at a little angle, plus it bolts up perfect for this. And what that allows me to do is get the shifter up like this, which gives me clearance to shift in this little bit of space that I have. And also I sit back here, so it gives me shifter room to where I'm not up here hitting my knuckles, and also gives it a nice sweep for the cables. So we're gonna go ahead and get this drilled out. I already got 2 holes drilled there. I'm gonna drill these other 2 holes that fit in the center of there, and then call that done. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll mock it up, then take it all back apart, clean up my mess, and then if not, go back from there. So show you guys here once I wrap this up. All right, so we got the shifter mounted. Good to go. So motor's in, all that jazz. Doing the subframe over there. And get that bad boy up. Got the steering rack all swapped over with the CRV, I don't know what they call it, the shift knuckle or whatever, because we are using a DC power steering rack. Next up, before that, we actually got all the shifter shit working and mounted completely as I showed you guys, but it had a couple kinks in there, and now it's just super smooth. Like, it's just so smooth to operate. So digging that. Got that done. Next thing up, start wiring the AM Infinity. But before that, I would like to get the radiator shit done, the AC lines, the power steering, get the front half of the car, and then start working our way towards the back. Is what I would like to do. So just kind of waiting on the radiator, using the RSX radiator, and that kind of jeopardizes what we do from there as far as the mid plate's concerned, the traction bar, the the water to air intercooler. So kind of just waiting on that radiator to get here so we can continue. It was supposed to be here today, but your boy ordered it a day too late, and here we are waiting for it. So got the push button start. This is not the Jordan kit. It's all the same shit, Easy Guard stuff, but this is Easy Guard. It has a remote start and the passive entry and all that stuff, so loving that. Then I think we should be ready to rock and roll here soon. So we'll show you guys updates as we proceed, show you guys some more useful information, but this was a bonus to get this all done and keep the console, especially using the K-tune shifter. No one would even know that there's a K-tune shifter under there. So, but there is. So yeah, we'll show you guys here a couple more updates here in a little bit, maybe some progress, and then we'll continue on with the build. You guys have a good one. So I think right now we're gonna work on the fuel line since we don't have the radiator. So I got those cut. Return and feed. I am building a custom surge tank, probably in this location here, and going to use the feed as the lift pump to the surge tank. The return will be the overflow for the surge tank to go back to the tank, and the return obviously from here will go to the surge tank. So pretty basic setup using these compression ferrule style fittings, like compression tube fittings. So they have a little collar in there that squeezes down. Here's a part number for the return, and here's the part number for the feed, and these are pretty cheap, so get that done right now and then continue on. Alrighty, it's a new day for progress. We're gonna close this video out here because I'm kind of having a couple difficulties. I need to get a reamer for the gas line for the return, because I'm going to be building a surge tank up there in that corner, and I'll be doing a overfill return back to the return system from the rail to the surge, and then that feed is the 250 Walbro that I'm going to use as a lift pump to feed the surge. And then from there I'll run, I think I'm going to run twin pumps there. I really like twin pumps in case one fails. I'm just not out and about, you know what I mean? It's a very easy fix. But yeah, when you have two pumps, it kind of sucks because, you know, fitting them and whatnot, but we'll make it happen. On the upside, I did get the hybrid racing AC installed. Hose line there goes down to the front, and this is for a DC Integra. If you use an EK, although this is a big body EK chassis, they use a half size condenser so the lines won't match up. And then it has the low side up here, feeds, and it comes all the way with the new one to the wall. So that's done. Just got to extend the wire from there over to there because the stock B series AC compressor is normally over here. So I need to do that, and I think that's it. Pressure switch is on the dryer, so we're good there. That should wrap that up, and then yeah, we'll keep going. Got the radiator, so we're gonna try to get that mounted in. I got the tabs spot welded, drilled off, so I can relocate them for radiator placement. But we'll save that for the next video, part 2. But I think that'll end it for part 1. We'll go ahead and close this out, and we'll see you guys on the next, man.